From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. The Canadian Border Services Agency is planning to use a new facial recognition app for people facing deportation starting this fall. The app uses technology from Amazon Web Services, but documents suggest the algorithm that is used will be a trade secret. The University of Windsor's Kristen Thomason says there are concerns about people who are subject to errors in systems being legally prohibited from getting more information because of intellectual property protections.
That would signal to me that there could be legal impediments blocking their ability to gain access to more information about that system. That has been a concern for many years with the growing use of different kinds of automated systems by law enforcement and different state agencies.
The app will use facial recognition to confirm a person's identity and record their location data at the time that they use the app to report to the CBSA. The first case of Clade 1 monkeypox to be diagnosed outside of Africa has been reported in Sweden. The news has Canadian experts warning that the more transmissible and more severe strain of the virus could eventually make its way to Canada. Dr. Fahad Razak says the good news is that, unlike COVID-19, Mpox does not appear to be airborne, so Canada could likely control it with public health measures. Ontario's top court is expected to deliver its ruling today in Canadian musician Jacob Hogarth's challenge of his sexual assault conviction. The former Headley frontman was found guilty in June 2022 of sexual assault causing bodily harm against an Ottawa woman and was later sentenced to 5 years behind bars. He was released on bail hours later, pending his appeal. Canadian Press reporter Paolo Lorigio says court documents show Hogarth's lawyers appealed the conviction on multiple grounds.
One of the issues that his lawyers have raised on the appeal is that the Crown was allowed to bring evidence from an expert on the neurobiology of trauma, and they've raised a few issues about this, one of them being that just having the expert there suggests that trauma has occurred.
The Crown argued in court documents that the psychologist's evidence was properly admitted at trial and has asked for the appeal to be dismissed. And internationally mediated ceasefire talks in Qatar are expected to enter their second day this morning in an effort to prevent the war in Gaza from spreading into a wider regional conflict. Although Hamas is not directly participating, representatives from Qatar and Egypt are engaged on their behalf. Meantime, Israel's foreign minister is set to meet with his counterparts from the UK and France to discuss preventing regional escalation between Israel, Iran, and Lebanon's Hezbollah. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Ottawa Redblacks beat the Calgary Stampeders 31-29. Ottawa quarterback Jeremiah Mazzoli completing 27 of 35 passes for a total of 254 yards and one touchdown. The Northern Super League team in the nation's capital will be known as Ottawa Rapid FC. The Canadian professional women's soccer team revealed its name and logo Thursday at TD Place, where the club will also play home games during the league's inaugural season. Ottawa is one of 6 founding cities, joining Montreal, Vancouver, Toronto, Halifax, and Calgary. Australia's Minjee Lee handled the wind at the Scottish Open for a 67 to lead by 1 shot when play was suspended at the LPGA Tour event. Savannah Gruel of Mississauga, Ontario was 3 shots back of the lead after a 2 under 70. Two-time major champion Brooke Henderson of Smith Falls, Ontario, shot a 3 over 75. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.